everybody. Well, we don't have many people in the chat room right now. Hopefully we'll get a few on there. I'm going to let the ad run first anyway, so. I think the ad should be going by at least now, I hope. If you can hear me, just let me know you can hear me out there, and other than that, the poll to pick the book for March, the book of tips, the great book of woodworking tips, was the one that won that one, but because of a printing thing with publisher, that thing's actually going to be for April, because that's when that one's now going to be released, and we'll do that in April. And the book for March is going to be the it's a inlay and veneering book. So that was the second runner-up, I guess you'd say, on the voting for the book. So we're going to be doing that one in March, and April will be the book of tips. Along with that, March is kind of the blended woodworking month, and I have a post out there with Matt Vanderlist from Matt's Basement Workshop, and we're talking about blended woodworking, and I have two more that'll be coming later this month. One is with Chris Wong from Flair Woodworks. In the process of editing that one. That's why this is probably going to be a little slow, but or a little quick rather, because this is going to be time that I'm going to have to be editing that video, and along with I have another one with Shannon Rogers from Renaissance Woodworker, and he's also the host and creator of the Hand Tool School as well. If you don't have a chance to check that out, go check it out. It'll be both of them will be up later this month. If everything goes well, we will also have a video that I'm in the process of editing about cleaning up handsaws, and there's a couple different ways that I do it, and another way that I was shown by a couple other people how to do that too. So those things are coming up later this month. The book review will be probably late in the month. It'll be a little different. There's basically just a printing issue with a couple things. So the veneering book does look pretty interesting, what I've seen of it so far, though. And the book of tips, that will be partway through April, and that also we have a couple people lined up to talk to about the kind of woodworking tips thing, and different sources to find those stuff. So that's what's coming up so far. If you didn't see my post about it, I have my block plane from Scott Meek, and this thing is really nice. Right out of the box, just really sharp, paper thin shavings, smooth bottom, put together nice. I'm really happy I got this. I found my new go-to block plane. So the other thing is, I have been in the process of making, this is my dad and I actually have been working on this. There's a few of these that we're doing. This one's in the shape of a heart, and there's a few other ones. There's like a bunny rabbit head, and a shamrock, and a Christmas tree. There's one that's like a oblong shape with two things for dip on the end, and there's a few things we ran into while doing that. There's an extension to get deeper into the bowls, and if you get the Freud set of router bits for doing these kind of trays and bowls, it's actually a hair, the bearing is a hair smaller than that extension, so when you extend it down in, you get some burning around the edges. So if anybody's looking into doing that, Freud, I don't know if they make their own extension for it or not, but it is a little different size, so I actually ordered the CMT one, which is a little bigger, and will go with that extension, so then we can get down into the next ones that we do that are a little deeper. Generally, like for the heart one that I did here, I mean, not being that deep isn't a big deal. It's just kind of a presentation thing. But the one that we did was the oblong one. We kind of wanted that deeper for chips, and the same thing with like the rabbit head that I want to do. We wanted that to be deeper too, and having that little bit of different size really messes with the end, I guess. Yeah, hey Greg, see Greg signed into the chat room. So So if you get the extension, there are different extensions that are different sizes, so it kind of makes a difference when you're doing some of that stuff. What else has we been doing? The with this this kind of fits in with the blended woodworking thing. There's been a lot of hand tool shaping afterward when you're cutting around the edges of everything with the bandsaw. I mean, you can get fairly smooth, but you know, picking up your file and a rasp and then spoke shave. I mean, I've been really cleaning up the edges, super smooth. You don't feel any bumps or anything. Once I'm through with the files and a rasp, then I'll sand the rest of it so it's completely smooth. And one of them, actually, this one is probably going to be donated for. We have a show. The club that I'm in Green Bay, we do a show every year, and that's March 31st and April 1st up in Green Bay. NEWWG.org, and that has the information on the events page for that site about the whole thing. So if anybody in the Wisconsin area has a chance, come on out to the show. It's March 31st and April 1st. So, well, we only have a few people in chat room. Glad I got somebody in there, though. Bought a ticket and won nothing last year. Well, we can maybe we can get a few more tickets, and then your chances increase. I suppose we should pick a winner here for the book. I will. And the book this month. Excuse me one sec. I'm gonna go grab it so I can put it in front of the camera here. I'm not gone. This is the book for this month. It's wooden boxes and creative things from the scroll saw, and it's really interesting. I'm not a big scroll saw user, but I do use mine for a bunch of different things, and the more I'm doing with it, it's by Carol Rothman, and her first book was scroll saw bowls. It's you stacked rings and you put them together, and they're pretty cool. And I tried it, and it was a lot of fun, and I had a chance to talk to Carol about that book and this one. Both of those posts are out on the site, and both times I had a chance to actually talk with her. They're kind of long, but I left them at the length that I talked with her, and I didn't cut it up or change it. The conversation seemed to flow good, and I just left it the length it was. But there is a lot of information in there about scroll saws, about blades, how she does a few things. I mean, like this ribbon is actually all cut out on the scroll saw, and it's the process for doing that is in the book, along with a lot of other stuff that's in there. It's actually pretty cool. If you have any interest in a scroll saw at all, they're two great books for stuff to do. So let's pick a winner for the creative wooden boxes from the scroll saw here. See who we come up with. I should have music like the Jeopardy theme. And it got stuck. Bill Coons. I will be shooting you an email about your information. Bill, you won wooden boxes from the scroll saw, so congratulations. We'll be shooting you an email and then get your information from you. So other than that, I think since the last time I was on here, we did go down to the Milwaukee show. It was pretty interesting. That's where we picked up the patterns for these trays that we're doing. It's been fun making them. It's a different process. Like with this one, obviously these are stripes of maple and the babinga, and then this is oak on the outside. You gotta be careful so you don't get burning and all that stuff, but it's a fun little process, and it's kind of different. We had made this. It's basically the router just sits on this board, and that way we can go to the edges of it, because otherwise when you're getting off, you can't get way down in there without tipping, so that keeps it from tipping. We had tried it on the router table, and it's just when you're upside down and you can't see anything, it's just really an uncomfortable feeling doing it on that router table. And we weren't happy with that, so I got a piece of ash that I originally bought for some drawer sides that I was going to do, and I had enough left where I just made it that size, and it seems to work really nice. You needed, obviously, a rigid piece of wood, but I think that's about it. Anybody else? Anybody else in the chat room? Greg or Dad? You guys doing anything out there lately, or? I say, Dad, I think I somewhat know when they're talking about the raffle up at the show that we do. We actually have a raffle involved with that too, and it's you get a ticket for $1 or 6 for $5, and there's actually a lot of good prizes. There's a lot of different tools, and there's a lot of different things that people in the club have made. Everything is either a tool or something that someone in the Northeast Wisconsin Woodworkers Guild has made. So it's kind of cool if you take something, if you win something, it's either a cool tool to work with. They also have what they call the tool crib. People in the club come and put some of the tools that they don't need anymore, they don't want for some reason or another, and you have a chance that they could have something there that you could buy too. So, hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, Greg is saying he's gonna put some posts up so we can see what he's been working on. That'd be great. On your site or up here on the forum, Greg? Oh, European hinges. Cool. Yeah, we have a big hinge installation that's going to be going on. We have to make some doors for my parents, and we're going to have to make they're going to be just recessed panel doors, and they have to figure out what kind of hinges they want too. So yeah, feel free, post them up on the forum. We'll see what's going on. That'd be awesome. The forum changed around a little bit. We had a little problem with some content corruption within the database, so it's just pretty generic right now. We're going to work on getting some of that going a little more. We're going to try to push the forum a little more later. And anybody out there that, we have a forum, it works. We had an issue with a piece of software that I didn't really care for in the first place, so I had to switch over to a new one. It works a lot better, it's more stable, a little quicker too. So. I think the recording-wise, I'm probably going to cut off. That's about all there is here. I don't know much else going on other than getting ready for the show. I'm hopefully going to have some scroll saw bowls. I'm going to have some trays up there, and I haven't decided yet. I may be doing saw sharpening at the show to kind of show people, because I have a presentation that I'm going to be doing for the club that I'm in about saw sharpening later in a few months, and also near the end of the year, we're going to have I'm going to also do a presentation about the online woodworking community at the Northeast Wisconsin Woodworkers Guild meeting. So the show is March 31st and April 1st. So I'm just going to shut the recording part off. I'm still going to remain online. I can sit and talk with you guys, but I think I covered what I wanted to on the recording section. So hopefully we'll see you guys out there online next time.